Aloha and welcome to Tantrum House Studio 808. I'm Psychic Larry and this is our block video for the first half of October 2024. Before we start, I want to apologize that this video is a little late for the first half of October. We had a little bit of weather down here in the Carolinas. The hurricane hit us pretty good and we've been without electricity for about a week now. But we finally have electricity and we're getting back on our feet here in Greenville. Please keep our neighbors up in North Carolina and Eastern Tennessee in your thoughts and prayers because they were definitely hit with more of the hurricane than we were down here in the Greenville area. Although this video is a little late for the beginning of October, I still wanted to mention some of the games that are already active on crowdfunding this beginning of October. But before we start on the games today, we want to shout out our sponsors for this video. Thanks to Weathervane Games, whose game Vrahode, Age of Prophecy is live on Kickstarter right now. Also thanks to Naughty Jester Games, whose game Chivalry is Dead is also live on Kickstarter. And finally, a quick shout out to Little Monks, whose game Ultimate Voyage Final Quest of the Treasure Fleet will be coming to Kickstarter later this month. We'll take a deeper look at each one of these games later in the video. As I mentioned at the beginning of the video, I still wanted to take a look and mention some of the games that are already live on crowdfunding. Live on Kickstarter is a game by Thunderworks Games, Citizens of the Spark. This game is for 1 to 5 players and will play in about 45 to 60 minutes. Citizens of the Spark is a variable setup card game in which players take turns attracting citizens, taking actions and claiming sparks. The more citizens cards a player has of a specific type, the more powerful that citizens' actions become. The player with the most sparks in their city when the deck runs out wins. Also already live on Kickstarter is another Unmatched Adventures game by Restoration Games, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. This game is for 1 to 4 players and will play in about 20 to 40 minutes. Play as Leonardo, Raphael, Donatello, and Michelangelo to take down Shredder or fight off Krang. This is the second title in the cooperative Unmatched Adventure series. If you're a fan of Unmatched, and specifically the Unmatched Adventures, you may want to check out the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, currently live on Kickstarter. Already live on Kickstarter is Chivalry is Dead by one of our sponsors, Naughty Jester Games. Chivalry is Dead is for 2 to 4 players and will play in about 60 to 120 minutes. Chivalry is Dead Race for the Crown is a fantasy chariot racing game where the goal is to claim the crown. Select from one of your 4 unique teams, customize your chariots, and strive to be the first to enter the winner's circle by playing a 1 or 2 lap race. Whether you employ cunning tactics, set clever traps, or launch direct assaults on your adversaries, ensure your triumph in this exhilarating contest where every move counts. Another game already live on Kickstarter is Ultramassive by Studio Unknown. Ultramassive is for 2 to 4 players and will play in about 60 to 120 minutes. In Ultramassive, you play as a black hole. Your goal is to become the largest class of black hole known to man. To do so, you must consume a myriad of other celestial bodies, each with a certain amount of solar mass or victory points. Also live on Kickstarter is Vrahode, Age of Prophecy by one of our sponsors, Weathervane Games. This game is for 1 to 4 players and will play in about 45 to 120 minutes. Vrahode, Age of Prophecy is the first game in the Vrahode game system. This exciting story-driven game will introduce players to the rich lore, unique races, deadly new enemies, and engaging mechanics that make our system so compelling. Enjoy masterful art and cartography from artists around the world and writing that elevates the genre from epic fantasy writers Sean A. Dressler and Alex Fox. Coming to Kickstarter on October 8th is Ultimate Voyage Final Quest of the Treasure Fleet by Little Monks, one of our sponsors today.
This game is for 1 to 4 players and will play in about 60 to 120 minutes.
Ultimate Voyage is an action selection thematic expedition game where you sail, trade, combat, explore, negotiate, and construct to bring back prestige and profit, attain open and secret objectives, build the porcelain tower, and write the most captivating story of exotic encounters. Some of the features of this game include immersive historical theme, dynamic interaction, endless replayability, and a solo and quick play mode. Also coming to Kickstarter on October 8th is Fest Season by Green Astra Games. Fest Season is for 1 to 5 players and will play in about 40 to 100 minutes. Fest Season is a thematic Euro-style game where players have a chance to organize and host the most memorable festival of all time. Hire the hottest bands, sell tickets, build your venue, and complete projects to become the most successful festival here at Fest Season. Coming to GameFound on October 8th is Above and Below Haunted by Red Raven Games. This game is for 2 to 4 players and will play in about 60 to 120 minutes. Above and Below Haunted is a standalone sequel to Above and Below, planned to release on the 10th anniversary of the original game. Above and Below Haunted will play similarly to the original Above and Below, except it includes some new features like ghosts, 2 cave types, new buildings, boats, and many more adventure cards. And finally, coming to GameFound on October 8th is Cloudspire Harbinger by Chip Theory Games. This game is for 1 to 4 players and will play in about 90 to 180 minutes. Cloudspire Harbinger is the epic conclusion to Chip Theory's much-loved, one-of-a-kind cult classic. 3 new factions for PvP and skirmish play, plus a bevy of fresh chapters and scenarios for the legendary solo or co-op campaigns. So those are the games coming to crowdfunding at the beginning of October 2024. Thanks again to our sponsors, Weathervane Games, Naughty Jester Games, and Little Monks. Please go check out their games on Kickstarter, which are live right now. And as always, let me know in the comments which games you are excited for or are planning on backing, or if there are any games that I may have missed that you are looking at. And until next time, aloha!